Yeah, I mean, I think that the skill set that I've learned was probably more valuable than the actual degree itself, in the sense that, like, um, I think that at least more and more in the machine learning field, like, they're able to accept people who have bachelors into some of these research roles. But I think that the ability to get, like, you know, some paper with your name on it, or to get some thesis and to have some evidence that, you've been through some rigorous academic process, that maybe speaks more to it than the actual degree itself in some ways. And then, the jobs that at least I'm looking for, like, long term, are like things where people are studying interesting problems and not just kind of like building the same thing over and over again, if that makes sense. I think there's maybe just one thing, which is that typically, like in industry, uh, like if you get in earlier, you're just kind of like more on a fast track for promotions. But I don't think that it's been like, at least like 1 or 2 years out, like I feel like it's not enough of a change where it's like gonna really impact your career so much. Maybe if you took like a full PhD route, I could see that, there maybe is like a marginal loss in the productivity structure that these companies sometimes have set up. But I think that the academic ladder is kind of interesting because if you leave a company, your skills maybe aren't transferable. Like, it's very hard coded to whatever that company does. But in academics, like, your knowledge is very general and maybe applies to a lot of places.
I think in terms of doors that have opened, there are like countless doors because if I had tried to work in a robotics job straight out of undergrad, I don't even know if I would have been able to get one. And now I know if I left grad school now, I would be qualified to work in the robotics field. So that's definitely one door that's opened. Another is just being in a graduate environment surrounded by people who are working on research all the time. There's so many networking opportunities to meet other people who are working in similar or the same fields as you. Like, by writing research papers and attending conferences, you're meeting other people who are potentially contributing to the newest, like, state of the art in your field, and being able to have connections, whether it's one-on-one connections or this person and I know this person, by all being in the research field, is really beneficial for your future. In terms of doors closing, I don't really see the specialization issue being very much of an issue. I think that there's a ton of jobs in the field that I'm going into, some more specialized than others. And I think that even if I end up specializing in something, I'm still going to have tons of transferable skills to work in a slightly different field. Um, One area where maybe this is a negative is, like, for example, my boyfriend lives in Maine. There are no robotics jobs really at all in Maine. So I could get a mechanical engineering job in Maine if I had just worked there out of undergrad. But with the level of specialization I'm in now, I couldn't really find very much work in a more rural area like that. But if I want to move to any large city in the US, I could find a job there.